Hi, my name is John Lawrence. Uh, in this video, I will review the step-by-step process for completing the mail-in ballot. Due to the COVID-19 pandemic, more people are going to vote by mail than ever before in this 2020 election. Voting by mail is a multi-step process, and it is easy to make a mistake. I voted for the first time by mail-in ballot in the 2020 primaries and made a mistake on my ballot. In fact, in the 2020 primaries, over 500,000 votes were spoiled, which means they were not counted due to mistakes in completing the ballot. Researchers have found that ballots of first-time mail-in voters, people of color, and young voters are more likely to be spoiled. Examples of common reasons mail-in ballots are rejected include the ballot was not signed, the signature does not match the signature on a record, the ballot was not returned in time, the voter did not put the ballot in the affidavit envelope before putting it in the return envelope, and the voter forgot to put postage on the return envelope. I will review the common steps in completing mail-in ballots. However, the directions for mail-in ballots are different for each state, and you will need to follow the specific directions for your state. I hope this video will make you aware of common errors so you can complete your ballot correctly and make sure your vote is counted. I'm going to share my screen with you now. Step-by-step directions for completing a mail-in ballot. First, register to vote. Even if you believe you are registered to vote, check your voter registration. Between 2016 and 2018, 17 million voters were purged from the voting rolls. You can check whether you or your friends and family are registered to vote at the websites below. In most states, you can register to vote at these websites or on your state's election commission website. Register now. The last day to register in some states is early. The websites I'm recommending are the peoplespowergrab.org, vote.org, and 866rvote.org. But there's many other websites at which you can check your voter registration. Number 2, request a mail-in or absentee ballot. The criteria for qualifying for mail-in ballot varies greatly from state to state. Some states are mailing ballots to everybody. Others, you have to request the ballots. You can find out whether you can request a mail-in ballot at your state's election commission's website. Number 3, vote early. If you want to vote by mail, request the mail-in ballot today, now. Complete and return the mail-in ballot early. Votes returned late will not be counted. If you turn in your ballot early and you made a mistake, it's possible that you will be notified and you can make a correction. Number 4, mail-in ballots will come with 3 or 4 documents. Read them carefully. You will receive an envelope for your state vote agency with your ballot. In the envelope, there are multiple documents. For example, in the envelope, there will likely be a return envelope, a ballot mail affidavit envelope, the voting directions, and the ballot. So read the directions several times and check to make sure that you do each step listed in the directions. Number 6, use the correct type of pen or pencil. In many states, you must use a black pen or a lead pencil. Make sure that you use the correct type of writing instrument, or if you use like a colored pen, it's likely your vote won't be counted. Fill in the bubbles of the ballot completely. Fill in the bubbles on the ballot. Do not use check marks or X's. If the bubbles are not clearly marked, your vote won't be counted. Number 8, vote for the correct number of candidates. For most elected offices, you vote for one candidate. For some offices, you can choose multiple candidates. Read the directions carefully. If you check too many candidates, your vote for that office will not be counted. It is in a well-designed ballot. All candidates for one office will be in one column, but not all ballots are designed well. Be careful. Number 9, check the back of the ballot. Some ballots are double-sided. Check both sides of the ballot. Number 10, place the ballot in the affidavit envelope and seal it. Another name for affidavit envelope is the secrecy envelope or security envelope. If you do not seal the envelope, the ballot may be challenged. Number 11, write the information required on the flap of the affidavit envelope. After sealing the affidavit envelope, voters are often required to write identifying information such as your name and city and your mother's maiden name on the affidavit envelope. Make sure you provide all the requested information. Number 12, sign the affidavit ballot using the exact name you are registered under. Some states require a witness signature also. A couple of states require the ballot be notarized. Sign the affidavit ballot using your exact name you're registered under. For example, if you are registered as Jeff Smith Jr., don't forget to include Jr. If you're registered as Jeff R. Smith Jr., don't forget to include your middle initial. Some states require that a witness be present when you sign the affidavit envelope. The witness will also have to sign the affidavit envelope. If your state requires witnesses, make sure the witnesses sign also. Many states do not require witnesses. Some states require multiple witnesses. Make sure the witnesses sign their name and provide the requested identifying information. If you don't have a witness signature in some states, your ballot will not be counted. Number 14, if you need assistance completing a return or returning the ballot, the person assisting you may have to sign the affidavit ballot also. Number 15, do not tear off the signed flap from the affidavit envelope. Sometimes the signed affidavit may look like it is designed with the intention for you to tear it off, but do not tear off the affidavit flap. Leave it on there. Number 16, place the affidavit envelope in the return envelope. Number 17, seal the return envelope and put postage on it. Some states have prepaid envelopes, some states do not. You make sure that you seal the envelope and put the correct postage on the envelope. In the 2016 election, over 100,000 votes were spoiled because there was no postage on the envelopes. Number 18, return the envelope. Many states have secure drop boxes where you can drop off your ballot. You can find them online, on the locations online at your election commission website. In some states, you can also drop your ballots off at a voting site, and you can also mail in the ballots through the U.S. Post Office. However, I highly recommend that you drop your ballot off at the secure drop box. Number 19, return the ballot before the deadline. Hundreds of thousands of ballots will likely be spoiled because they're late. Different states have different deadlines for returning mail-in ballots. Make sure you get your ballot in on time. Number 20, I will reiterate again, vote early. I can't emphasize enough how important it is to vote early. If you vote early and there's a mistake on your ballot, it is possible you will be informed and you'll have an opportunity to correct that ballot. This will not happen if you vote late. 21, if you vote in person, make sure you bring a valid ID to the polls. Some states require you show ID when you vote. Many states only accept certain types of ID. Make sure you bring a valid ID with you to the polls. Number 22, if you have any problems voting, call 1-866-R-VOTE. There have already been multiple reported incidents of voter suppression in this election. If you have any difficulty voting, please contact Election Protection at 866-R-VOTE immediately. The number is 866-687-8683. All right, get out there and vote and make your vote count. Have a nice day.